Welcome to CSA Guru. In this session, we will discuss what are all the different applications of stack, and in that we are going to discuss in depth reversing a list. Applications of stack. There are many different areas where the stack applications is deadly required. Few applications are listed here. First one is reversing a list. So any number if you have given in the answer, it should be reversed. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Likewise, for reversing the list, we will use stack data structure. Then parenthesis checker, that is how many open parentheses is there, corresponding closed parenthesis should be there. Whether there is a corresponding closed parenthesis or not, that will be checked by using stack data structure. Conversion of a infix expression into postfix expression. So infix expression, for example, 2 plus 3 in the sense, 2, 3 plus is nothing but the postfix expression. So for this conversion, we will use stack data structure and evaluation of postfix expression. So 2, 3 plus in the sense, the result you have to get 5. That is 2 plus 3, you have to get 5. So for this evaluation also, we will use stack data structure and conversion of infix expression into prefix expression. So prefix in the sense, the operator should come first, then comes the operands. Postfix in the sense, the operand should come first, then comes the operator. Okay. So here conversion of infix to prefix in the sense 2 plus 3 in the sense conversion is plus 2, 3. So this is prefix expression. So for this conversion also we will use stack data structure and also its evaluation plus 2, 3 in the sense you have to get result 5. So for this evaluation also we will use stack data structure. Okay, so many complex evaluations and conversion of infix to postfix, infix to prefix, and evaluation of postfix and prefix expression, we can able to implement easily with stack data structure. Okay, and then recursion. Recursion is nothing but a function calls by itself. In a user-defined function, if the same user-defined function is called within that function itself in the sense, that is called recursion. Then Tower of Hanoi problem. So this is a puzzle we need to solve it. Okay. So these are all the different applications of stack. So now in this session, we are going to discuss reversing a list. How to reverse a list using stack data structure with the help of C program. Reversing a list. A list of numbers can be reversed by reading each number from the array starting from the first index and pushing it onto the stack. Okay. So for example, here consider the input array. Okay. So input array initially you have to give. So this input array consists of 5 elements. Okay. So here 5, 7, 8, 6, 2. Okay. So this is the input array. This is the list of numbers user has given. Okay. We need to reverse this list. How we will reverse this list using stack data structure? Here, each number initially you have to push it onto the stack. For example, if you are considering the stack data structure, first push 5. Okay. So push 5 in the sense 5 will stay at the bottom of the data structure. Next push 7. At the top you have to place 7. Now 7 is at the top. Next push 8 in the sense, next you have to place 8. Next you have to place 6 and next it is 2. Okay. So here list of numbers can be reversed by reading each number. Read each number, push it onto the stack. Okay. From the array, read each number, push it onto the stack. Now we have pushed all the elements into the stack. Okay. Once all the numbers have been read, the numbers can be popped one at a time. From the stack, you have to pop one element at a time and then store it in an array. Okay, for example, if this is the array. Okay, now which element you will pop first? What is the last element you have pushed into the stack? That will be popped first. That is nothing but stack data structure. Stack is a LIFO data structure. What is the element pushed last into the stack? Last in, first out. That will be popped out from the stack first. So first element popped from the stack is 2. So pop 2 and store it in an array. What is the next element you will pop? Initially, this will be pointed by top. After popping, top will point to 6, right? So next you have to pop 6 and place it in an array. Now top is pointing to 8. Next pop 8, store it in an array. Now top will point to 7. Next pop 7, store it in an array. Next pop 5, store it in an array. Check here whether the list is reversed or not. Very simple logic we have implemented. Initially, what is the input element? We have stored in an array starting from the 0th location to n minus 1 location. Here totally 5 elements. So 0 to 4 we have stored. Totally 5 elements. Okay. And from the array, from its starting location, one by one element, each element we have to read and store it in an, that is push it onto a stack. First we have to push 5, that will be placed at the bottom. Next 7 at the top. Next 8 at the top. Next 6 at the top. Next 2 at the top. Okay. Once all the element in the given array you have read and pushed it onto the stack. What is the next process we have to do? Pop the element one at a time from the stack and store it in another array. Okay. So here, which element you will pop first? What is the topmost element in the stack? That will be popped first, right? Bottom element you cannot able to pop 5, right? Once all the element from the top position you have popped, then only you can able to pop 5, right? So that is the logic of stack data structure. Last in, first out. What is the element you have pushed last into the stack? Last element will be popped out from the stack first. Okay. So 2 will be popped and stored in an array. 6, 8, 7, 5. Now the list is reversed. Okay. Just we have done in an array push and pop operation only. List is reversed. Okay. Very simple logic. This is the most important application in stack data structure, reversing a list. Now, this is the same program to reverse the list. So, here initially set top is equal to -1, meaning is stack is empty. And the two functions here we are going to use, one is pop and another one is push. Push is used to insert an element into the stack. Pop is used to delete an element from the stack. Now, here enter the number of elements in an array, n. Okay, for example, I am entering n is equal to 3. 3 elements, I am going to reverse it. Okay, next, enter the elements of the array using for loop. Whenever we will accept the elements, a sequence of elements in the sense, or sequence of characters in the sense, usually we will use for loop only. So here, for I equal to 0, I less than n value was 3, we have to accept the elements. So 3 elements you have to accept it. That is 0, 1, 2, and I am placing an element, it is 9, 7, 8. Okay. So this is the input I have given. Next, using the same for loop, I less than n, I equal to 0, I less than n value is 3, I plus plus, push into the stack. Push operation, once the function is called, control will be transferred to the corresponding user-defined function. And here, what is the value just to push it onto the stack? On the top of the stack, you have to push. So here, if you are pushing in the sense, first element will be read, 9, and this is the value. So 9 will be placed into the stack. Okay. Now top will point to 9. Only when the first element is pushed into the stack. Next, read an element 7 and place it on the top of the stack. Okay. Now top gets incremented and top is pointing to 7 now. Next, read an element 8, push it onto the stack. Now 8 will be placed. Now top will point to 8, not 7. Okay. Just you increment the top position, place the element. That is the logic of push operation. Increment the top position, place the value on that position. So now 9, 7, 8 you have pushed onto the stack. Next, using the for loop, I equal to 0, I less than n value was 3, pop an element from the stack. So what is the stack now? This is 9, 7 and 8, right? These 3 elements. Now top is pointing to 8, okay? Value equal to pop. Pop is the user-defined function. Once the function is called, control will be transferred to the corresponding user-defined function. And here it will return stack of top minus minus. Just it will decrement the top position. So before decrementing, what it will happen in the sense, it will return what is the top element of the stack. It will return what is the top element of the stack. It will be 8. So now 8 will be stored with the value and this value will be stored in an array. So now 8 will be stored in an array. Next, When I value, this is when I equal to 0. Now I gets incremented to 1. Okay, when I equal to 1, I less than 3, pop. Call the user defined function pop, and here it will return stack of top. Now what is the top position of the stack? After deleting 8, stack will point, top position of stack will point to 7. Now the value 7 it will store here, and here array value 7 it will be stored, and in the array 7 will be stored. That is, this is 0th location when I value is 1 in the sense first location. Okay. Next, when I value is 2 in the sense, pop the element. Now here after deleting 7, top will point to 9, right? Top will point to 9. Now this user defined function is called in the sense, what is the value it will store here? Return stack of top. After returning only it will decrement the top position. Okay. Return stack of top in the sense, what is the top element of the stack? 9 it will return, and 9 will be stored here, and the position is 2. Array position is 2. Next, I gets incremented to 3 in the sense condition fails, it will come out of the loop. And this is the new array, you will get it. And the reversed array is print this array. If you are printing this array, 8, 7, 9, it will print, and then it will return. So this is the simple logic, how to reverse a list using stack data structure. Thank you for watching this video.